Hello, FlossTube. We're the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch.
I'm Priscilla.
I'm Chelsea.
This is Petunia. She's a new addition. And we're here to teach Kimberly how to make bows at the Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Yeah, I'm so excited. I've probably never made a bow, so I have no idea what any of this stuff is on the table. So do you want to start off with, like, I guess we're going to make this. And then, like, what kind of supplies do you need? Tell me where to start.
Okay, first we're going to show you some of the finishes. Okay. So we want to show you some of the applications that we have done with the bows.
Okay.
So these are just simple bows that we see. I'm over there trying to use it. This is a little bit harder than normal. These are the normal bows that we do. Just a simple bow to add a small
embellishment.
Yes, to our pieces.
Yeah, and they have their own ribbon at Fat Quarter Shop. They have red, black, and aqua, and that's the small one, right?
Yes, that's the small ticking stripe. And then this is the larger ticking stripe with the larger checks, and this is the wired ribbon that stands up by itself. Do you want to take the camera down and we'll show the supplies that they need? So a lot of times when I'm finishing, most of the time I use a glue gun. So we use hot glue sticks. We use the Fat Quarter Shop Stitching with the Housewives ribbons. We have red, aqua, and the black. We also use a little bit of this wire. It's floral wire. You could also use a pipe cleaner. You could also use thin ribbon and tie it. Multiple different things, but I use the cloth covered wire the most. And a lot of times too, we'll use magnets and washers to attach it if we're changing it out for the seasons. And I'm always on the lookout for different embellishments to use to attach to the bows to make them, to decorate them for the pieces. Like these are this.
So cute.
You can also buy garlands at Hobby Lobby or Michael's and rip the flowers off of these and use these for your embellishments, and maybe even put a covered button in the center of these. So we will make a bow, right? And we will show how to do it so that Kimberly can do it.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it at the same time as them. We're going to see how this goes.
All right, so I'm going to use the black and white striped ribbon. I'm going to make a bow like that.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut a piece about 8 inches.
Okay.
It's about 8, maybe 10. Sorry, I'm not a good measurer.
Okay.
All right, so then we're going to take it. Chelsea keeps telling me to slow down. We're going to just wrap the ends over like that. It's kind of like one of those awareness ribbons.
Okay.
And then bring the back end in. So you just have a little bow like that.
Okay.
And then just pinch it together.
Okay.
And cut a little piece of your wire. And wrap it around the middle and twist it. And then you can cut off the ends, or you can use those ends to attach it to your project if it's something like a basket or whatever. And you can fix your tails. You can trim them. And then you have just your basic little bow like this.
Okay, I think I did it.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I did it, but I think I did too much of the wire. But I think you're going to cover that up, right? I put a little too much wire. I wrapped it like 10 times.
You can see hers?
Yeah.
No, you only need to go around once.
Okay.
All right, so that's just your basic little bow like this.
Okay.
Then what you can also do is you can take like the checks, maybe in a different color,
Okay.
and make a bigger bow to go underneath it. So cut a bigger piece of ribbon, probably like 12 inches, and make it bigger. Do the same thing and pinch it, wrap your wire around it, and then you can glue the two of them together. Or if you're used to doing this, you can do both of them at the same time and wrap the wire around it, and then to add your embellishment on the top, and you have a nice bow.
Okay, I'm trying to get this one, so let me do this. I think I got it, but
You can use a hot glue gun to glue them together, or like I said, you can just do them both at the same time so that you have a double layer.
So do you just guess how long to cut them?
Yes, I don't measure.
Okay, you just guess. Okay, because I made mine way too long. But
the ribbon?
Yeah, but it's okay.
You can pull the tails through, right?
Right.
Shorten it up if you wanted.
Yes. I picked the worst scissors that are not going to cut anything. And you could do little V's in your ends like that. And you have a cute bow to attach to your cross stitch.
Okay, almost got it. Mine looks so bad. Oh my gosh, I have wire all over the place. Look, I have.
All right, so next time I see you, we have to have a in-person bow making class or what?
Oh my gosh. Well, I thought you had to take a bow. I thought you had to do this. Okay, watch.
You thought you had to make a regular bow?
I thought you had to do this whole thing.
Retie it, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you end up with a big lump in the middle.
Yeah.
This way you don't have that lump.
Well, I do because I have all this wire, but.
Okay, let's do a different color now. Let's do another one.
All right, so then we could do the wired ribbon. This is the wired ribbon in a different kind of bow. And this is more of a flatter finish that you would attach to, well, this is what it goes on, is this. And then it goes there.
So pull that down a little bit. Perfect.
Okay, so we can make this bow. And this one, I just tied the three pieces together.
Oh, so you did 3 bows each time?
No, these are, this isn't the same as, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like flat.
Okay, so let's.
And I'm going to show you how to do that.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so you take you could use the thinner stuff too, but I'm going to show you with the bigger stuff. So first of all, you're going to cut a piece that's just the base.
Okay.
It's just a flat piece of ribbon.
Okay.
And
about 10 inches.
And then just cut the ends in a V. You could wait till you're finished to do that also. Then you're going to just take this ribbon and make it into a loop. Do you want to measure that? That one's about 13 inches. And then you just push that down. And since this is wired, it will stay like this. What happened to the longer piece? Did you take it? So what we're going to do is just stack these on top of here.
Okay.
Then you're gonna make a smaller one.
Okay.
This is probably an easier bow.
12.
That one is 12, but we're gonna loop it over a little bit more, so maybe 11 on that one, and just loop it and fold it so that it's like that. Then we're gonna stack it all together. and pinch this.
Pinch it, okay.
Pinch it really hard.
Okay.
And then take your wire and wrap it. Once. Twist it in the back like
A bread tie.
a bread tie.
Okay, well, first of all, I was using I was using scissors, and I guess I should have been using a wire cutter.
I use scissors.
Okay. Okay.
But then you just fluff up your ends.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to still get the wire on here.
And that's a flat bow. And it's the same as this.
Okay, I think I got it.
So then you can add something to the middle like a sunflower, and then that covers up your wire so you don't see it. And on this one, there's a magnet on the piece. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So what we would do is add a washer to that. Add a little bit of glue. Whoop. Trying to take the cabinet with me. Around the outside edge of the washer. And then attach this to that. That way, this whole thing is interchangeable because this comes out of here for all the different seasons. Magnets and washers.
Yours looks perfect, Kimberly.
I think it's much smaller than Priscilla's, but so one thing that Denise showed me, I was trying to like wrap it. And so she showed me you just like go around it and then tie it like you would a bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what
Yes.
so that's what I was doing wrong. So I did
see
it though.
but Chelsea says you
No,
did
it
a
looks
good job.
perfect. Yes, it looks absolutely perfect.
All right, so that's a flat bow.
Okay, flat
And
bow.
if you don't want to put an embellishment in there, what she did with that first bow, you can see here, is she added a piece of the smaller ribbon inside here to cover up your pipe cleaner or your cloth covered wire if you want a more simple look.
Oh.
Or maybe something that isn't seasonal or holiday related. You need just something with a...
But this is a perfect example of where I would use one of those flat bows because it just lays on the top of this block and then it's all just decorated up at the top. And when you take it out of the bin, you know, to display it, you just fluff up your bow and it's ready to go.
So on the bow, look at this and see. I just tied it on the back. Is that how you do it? I just put the bow around it and then did this?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
You would just tie a knot on the back of it. Yep.
Okay. I did a bow.
And then depending on if you are doing what Kimberly just did using that, you could use this length. You could cut this length longer to attach it to your finish if you have like a basket or a paddle that you're tying it to as well.
Or a wire piece, something where you can, it has holes that you can attach it. And on this bow that I did for the top of this, I would cut these ends. I don't like that they're sticking out as far, so I would cut them off shorter. And then you have your finish.
Well, that was a cute way to like fold it in half and just cut once.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you fold it in half and cut on an angle.
These are also done with those flat bows. And these are the ornaments that we did, the little strippers. And I used the red checks in the small and then the red ticking in the big for the back.
Okay, let's make those so that we can give everybody the measurements and we can make one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I know.
I told her to get a rule.
Hold on. The connection, reconnect. Okay, hold on. We're going to reconnect. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Perfect.
We ready?
So I think you're rotated.
Am I?
You're vertical
Just
instead of
show you.
horizontal. somehow.
Okay, I'm gonna show Mom.
Perfect. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's cut this ribbon probably 6 inches. Where are you going that you're not measuring for me?
You got a ruler that blends in with the counter.
Yep, that, oh wow. Precisely 6 inches.
Look at that. Okay, so we have a 6-inch piece, and that's going to be for the back.
Okay.
Then we're going to take the checked ribbon, and you can kind of guesstimate.
So that's how she really measures, is she holds it up to that first piece to see how long it should be once it's folded in.
Okay.
So this one, it's 10 inches, but it is overlapped a bit when...
Yes.
Okay.
So you just overlap it like that.
About an inch and a half.
Okay.
So this is the start of it. And what I usually do is I'll cut the first 2, and I'll lay a scissors on the top.
Oh, okay.
Because
Wait.
they aren't wired.
Jordan, go to my screen.
Is she doing it too?
Hold on. Look, I had it the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to them.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Measure.
8.5.
Okay, so we have 6 inches for the stripe, 10 inches for the first loops, and this one is 8.5.
Okay.
And then you just pile them all on top of each other. And you're going to pinch it again and take the wire. I think I got the thickest wire known to man, so you should probably try to get a thinner one.
So I think the key to this is the pinch, right? Like that's
Yes.
the hardest part.
Yes, pinch it hard. You can also like take your scissors and squish it in.
Yes, but you want it gathered in the middle. That's what makes it really look like a bow instead of just stacking fabric on top of, or ribbon on top of each other.
All right, so there's your basic bow for the top of your little strippers, and then you just cut the ends. Oops, wrong way. Wrong scissors.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is
just
this thing. This is the hardest part.
Like I said, though, you can use a pipe cleaner or tie another ribbon on it, a smaller one, use string. Any kind of wire would work. Sometimes you'll end up with a little piece like this it's from where you overlapped it, and I'll just trim it off. But then you'll glue it to your project. And on these, I use these Christmas, and they're in the paper craft section. They're little holly leaves.
I think that's a good tip
And
to know
Hobby
too,
Lobby.
that you get a lot of your embellishments for those in the paper craft section.
But not really, because they do like these center aisles where it's just full of Christmas crafts. So they come off of the center aisle kiosk things at Hobby Lobby. But these are also stickers. But I don't use the sticky stuff on the stickers. I use hot glue. Anyway, then I would hot glue this on.
Yours is looking good, Kimberly.
Add
Thank you.
a piece of holly, and then these little buttons are also in the craft section of the Christmas decor.
I think
If you guys could see the faces that Chelsea is making.
She's shaking the stuff.
That's probably the same thing though. It's like that's the hardest part is to figure out where to buy that stuff in the store, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, I think it used to be hard to figure out the ribbon. Well, now we got the ribbon down. So now it's like, okay, where do you go in the store? Okay, that looks like stupid.
Oh, so now you're going to make us embellishments?
Yeah. That'd be like
Another thing, like she said, is those garlands. You can get these garlands. What you want to do is get the seasonal ones when they're on sale or on clearance, and you can pick these apart to use as embellishments, and it's a bunch of finishes versus just one.
Yes. Or you can cut it in half and use half of it for finishes and half of it for decorating.
Yeah.
which happens around here a lot of times. That's why this one is so short. It's only like 2 feet long instead of probably 6 feet.
Okay, so you made two.
Yes,
what was
this is
though?
the ribbon, the bow that we made the first time, and then I just tuck the ends under and glue them. And there's also the striped ribbon wrapped around the whole ornament that's underneath. So we use the ribbon in 3 different things. On there, the little bow in the bottom, and then the flat bow on the top.
And how long does it take you to use up a roll of ribbon?
Oh, it depends. I don't even know. But I'm sure that, your customers that buy the ribbon, they would have it for a while because they're probably not finishing as many pieces as I finish in a typical week,
Yeah.
But I think it lasts a while because there's a lot of ribbon on these.
There's a lot of ribbon, and you're going in between the different sizes to get different textures in there. So you're not just using the same ribbon. You're using multiple ribbons on each one.
Christy wants to know how do you know how long to cut the ribbons when Priscilla is not here to tell us?
Well, we just measured all those.
Yeah, but what's your general rule? So for this, you want it as wide as your finish.
Well, yes, a little bit wider with the bottom part.
Okay.
I wanted it to stick out. Oh, and this one I didn't use. Oh, I used the stripes on top. Oh, I didn't even realize I did that different. Did I do them all different?
What would be your other general rule?
So I'm not one that likes a lot of huge bows. I like them more, I don't know. I just want to feel like it's still current 5 years from now. So I do a lot of the bows like that.
How long would you say the ribbon is on each of those? Right, 8 inches?
Yeah. And you can, before you commit to cutting it, you can take it in your hands, make your bow, and say that you want it this big, and then you know to cut it right there.
That's a good tip.
So most of the time, I do not cut my ribbon first. I make the bow in my hand, and then I figure out how long I want it, and I cut the ribbon.
How long would it say it would take you to make one of those pieces? Like, finish one of those? Like an hour?
Finish what?
Like just one of those pieces from start to finish with the sticky board and everything.
If I know what I'm doing, a half an hour. If I don't know exactly what I'm doing, it's a lot.
Okay.
The roundabout sticky board that we have, that has cut down time tremendously because she doesn't have to cut those smaller circles, which can be a pain. So that cuts down on time. Those are available through the Fat Quarter Shop. So that's what these are both done on. She's showing them there on her screen. Those have cut down the time significantly.
Yes, because I don't have to cut that first circle. I only have to cut the bottom one.
I told you I'd make you a second size.
Yep, let's do it.
So then you don't have to cut that one.
This is another one of those flat bows.
That's so cute. It's pink.
Yeah, speaking of that.
Now, that has a covered button on there. Would we like to jump into showing you how to make, because that's an embellishment. So we have some covered button stuff right here. We have some scraps. So all you need for a covered button is a scrap of your fabric, which makes it easy.
I was thinking of showing how to make like a, I just want to show this one example. This is also a flat bow, but I only did 1 loop on it instead of 2.
Okay.
Where's the... Okay, so here's one with 2, and then here's one with 1.
Okay.
And that's the ticking stripe ribbon, and that's the regular ribbon. I was wondering, do you want to do one of the bigger, like this size with a regular bow, and then we'll do the cover buttons, or you want to do the cover buttons first?
Let's do the big bow.
Okay. So this is another... I'm just going to leave it on the spool, and I'm going to decide how big I want the bow. And I think I want it that big. So then I will cut this and hand it to Chelsea, and she can tell you how big it is. This would be like this size of a bow on here. This is 19 inches inches of ribbon. So we're going to do the same thing where we cross them over. We have like the basically an awareness ribbon, and then you'll pinch it all together. But I'm going to put my scissors on top of this to hold it, and I'm going to add some of the thinner ribbon and do the same thing.
And this is the ticking, right? Or the
Yes.
stripe.
Mm-hmm.
$50.
15 inches on the smaller piece. And then we're going to do the same thing with the awareness type of a ribbon. And when you're holding it in your hand, if you think, oh, those loops are too big, you can just slide them down, slide the ribbon down to make it smaller. We're going to put it on top of here. We're going to pinch it all together hard. And then just put the wire around the middle and twist it in the back.
And she's not using a full long piece of that
Yeah,
wire,
that
just
wire,
a couple
you can
inches.
make like 4 of them with each piece. So there's your bow, and this one you can fluff up your loops. Put an embellishment in the center. What do I have? Like one of these white sunflowers would be pretty. And then trim your ends.
Looks good, Kimberly.
Is she really doing good?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Am I really doing good? Priscilla! She's trying to train me so I don't have to send her all my stuff.
She forgot you could hear her there for a minute.
It's okay. I'm struggling with this part, but that's okay. I mean, that would just take time, I think.
The pinching.
I think
part
it looks
she's
good. I
struggling.
mean, it needs to be
I do
tighter.
too,
It
if
needs
you
to
put
be
a-
tighter, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it just needs to be tight. I need to get that tighter. Okay, let's go back to Priscilla.
Okay,
So she made it puffier. Okay.
but that's basically this bow, except for this bow is just the one layer without the second layer on the top. This one has 2 layers also with the aqua and then a daisy on top. If you're going to use your bows to switch them out on a project, you should put the washers on the actual bow, put the magnet on the project, because then you only use one magnet for, like if you're doing a monthly series, 12 months.
The magnets are the more expensive part, so you want
Yes.
to use less of those and more of the washers. Washers, can you show what washers there are? They
Yeah.
zinc?
Oh, we should probably show that stuff when we're standing in front of them.
So her go-to is a zinc plated fender washer. These are 5/16 by 1 1/4.
So my biggest hint on this is to take a magnet into the store, see if it sticks before you buy it.
Yes.
And what store do you get those from?
I buy mine at Menards because it's cheaper, but you can go to
Hobby
Home
Lobby.
Depot. No,
Yeah, or
not
Home
Hobby.
Depot.
Yeah,
Home
I always
Depot.
get those two confused. Lowe's, any hardware store, Ace Hardware. You can even get these off of Amazon.
Mm-hmm. But you just have to make sure that
Yeah, make sure that they're going to stick.
And then for the embellishments, do you just stockpile them by season, or how do you do that? If it's not in season,
Yeah,
you
they're-
just have stuff everywhere?
They're all like in a big bin.
Okay.
And Walmart at Christmas time, they always have mini ornaments. So I buy a lot of their mini ornaments. And then these are perfect to put like on the back of, see, I've used the ribbon around the whole ornament. And then on the back, just in case your ornament gets turned around or you want it to look more finished. This one, I just did a little bow and tied it onto there. And this is just a flat bow with some greenery.
And where do you get those little circle things? Beads.
These.
Oh, they're you can find them in our Amazon shop. We have our Amazon shop listed below like our videos, so you can find them there. We have them linked there.
Okay.
And those are just attached. She threads actually this floral wire.
Yes, I use
And
this
sandwiches it in between there.
to make those.
I think y'all froze. So can you reconnect? Okay. Can you show us how you do that? The beads? Oh, and then when you attach the washer, what kind of glue do you use? Hot glue. Okay. Okay, can you repeat that?
We use hot glue to attach the washers, but if you need it stronger, then we use the E6000, like on metal, and some wood doesn't accept the hot glue as well.
Okay, so she said she uses hot glue to attach the washers, but if it's not strong enough, you can use E6000.
Yes. Yes. Chelsea ran to get some of these beads so we can show you this.
Okay, I can't hear you guys.
Uh-oh. Maybe because she ran downstairs. Chelsea, they can't hear us.
Okay.
Do you want to move on to making a covered button, and I will find the beads?
Can they hear us?
Yes, now
Yes,
I can.
they can hear us
now.
now.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So what I did was, because I don't know the sizes that we have that I use on a normal basis, I just ran to Hobby Lobby and I bought these different sizes of covered buttons. And these come with the little tool that you need to make them.
Okay, I think you froze. Okay, yay, we're back.
Sorry.
All right, she found the beads also. So this
okay.
is how they come from Amazon. This is a pack with different designs, but they're stripes but what I do is I will take the end of my wire.
That same wire
Yep.
we used before.
And I kind of like do a loop, kind of almost like I'm tying a bow. And I just leave this big piece like this because then it's easier to glue into your ornament.
Okay.
And then just thread these on. Yep.
Those are so cute, and they match your ribbon perfectly.
Yep. Yep.
That's easier than I thought.
The cutest. I think these are like paper covered wood.
Oh. They're inexpensive, right?
What are they, like $10 a bag or something? Anyway, on these, I think I used 9 beads, 4, 5, 6. I used 9 beads on these. But it's basically like this.
Okay.
And then I have this big piece that I can glue in between because I do 2 layers of sticky board. So this gets glued in there, and I make another one, a big loop on the other end. And this gets glued in the other side. So you have your hanger. We do have tutorials on how to make these ornaments with both pieces of sticky board on our YouTube channel too, if you want to make some ornaments and don't know how.
And their YouTube channel is Stitching with the Housewives.
Yes. So that's how we do the beads. And I'm sure that there's maybe easier ways or whatever, but this is what we do. All right, so let's do a covered button. I'm going to use the bigger size.
So the bigger size is 1 1/8 inch or 2.8 centimeters. And with these kits, you also get the actual piece to make the button, which is nice.
So you can either buy the kits with the little assembly thing or without. So it depends on which one you buy, Amy. So that was for the question that came in.
Okay, so here is the part that you use to first of all, you'll stick your fabric in, then stick the top of the button cover in. So I'm just going to cut a square. And this is our new polka dots that's hopefully coming soon. So you stick this in the opening with the right side down. Right side down. Yeah, I had that backwards. Stick your button right side down. I use my scissors a lot for this. So you would have it stuck in there like that.
Okay.
And then I trim around the edges. To about 1/4 inch.
Okay.
And then fold all the insides down.
Okay.
So it's like that. Then you take your top piece and put it on there. And you can use this to smush it down. I always take my scissors. And then I'll shove it down on the counter or whatever to make the shank go away so it's easier to glue down.
Okay, I think
So that's a covered button.
I think I did it. Oh, I did it! Look, I did it! I'm so excited. I think I did. I think when I did it, I kind of cut a little too close right here. I didn't do 1/4 inch, but it's not all the way down. So I'll have to.
We'll make another one.
Squish it.
So you want to make sure that the cup part is up. And then the fabric is face down.
Do you have the pack?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, it's so cute. I did it.
All right, so we're doing the stitching stripe.
Okay, hold on. Y'all are frozen. So hold on, because you'll have to redo it. Yes! Okay, we're connected.
Okay.
Okay. So talk about how you lined up the stripe again.
Well, I didn't. I
Oh.
just kind of guessed at it. But what you can do is you can turn this over because it's clear and you can see if that's where you want it. And if you don't, then take it out and redo it.
Okay.
But I think it looks good.
Yeah.
That would be good. Like you've taken fabric before where you've used a
Yes,
little piece
A
of
little like animal or something, or a little sunflower or
the
something
on there,
like that.
and you want it centered. You want it to make sure that it's showing. So you just flip it over and make sure that it's in the button.
So I've shoved all my fabric that's left in there, and I'm going to put this on top, and I'm going to take my scissors. But you can use this thing.
Yeah.
I can't use that thing. The scissors work so much better for me. And just make sure it's all shoved down. You peel it out, and you have a button.
That's like magic.
Yep. And then you can use it to put on any project.
And this is the part that she is bending down right here. She doesn't want that sticking out.
You can also buy these. We bought them on Amazon before that don't have that. So
Okay.
I do prefer those.
Okay, Elaine is asking, does the button kit not have a circle pattern to use for the size fabric?
I think it does on the back. No.
No.
No, I don't think it
Oh,
does.
Maybe
wait,
this
yes.
is it. Yes.
Oh, it does on the back. Okay, yeah. But I mean,
This.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
kind of.
We just use scrap.
I just guess.
Yeah, we just guess.
You know how you always have those little pieces of fabric just hanging off? Well, you probably don't. Yours is probably all perfectly square, but my fabric has got all these little chunks hanging off, so I just cut a little chunk and make a covered button. So I wanted to show you our honeybee garden because I used a lot of the covered buttons inside of the flowers on this. And then I just did little bows to go underneath them. And it just turned out really cute.
So you just put the cover button right on top of.
Yes, I used it for the center of the flower.
Right.
So did you pull the center off of the flower and then put the button, or you just put the button on top?
Sometimes I do. It just depends on how big it is. But most of the time, I just try to find a button that will fit over the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, like these are kind of puffy and round. She'd probably have to take the centers out.
No, I'd have to use the bigger button.
Oh, to cover it.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the bigger button would work fine on that.
So when you go into Hobby Lobby, tell us exactly where you find all these little embellishments.
A lot of them are in the seasonal departments. They'll have like a little craft area, and you can find them in there. I look at the buttons in the scrapbooking department. I look at the buttons in all the different seasonal crafts. I look at the buttons in the craft department, which most of those are kind of juvenile. Like I said, Walmart has those mini ornaments. Last year they had them for Halloween and Christmas, so I get a lot of those. And a lot of them you can use for... Hobby Lobby also has mini ornaments too that I've used. On that one...
You use picks too.
Yes, I use a lot of picks. On this ornament, this little gingerbread snowflake, that was from Hobby Lobby, and it was a mini ornament, and then I just cut the top off. So sometimes you have to, because they will have a thing for hanging, you either have to cut it off or add a little bow to it, or else it looks out of place.
And you straight up just use scissors. You don't use wire cutters or anything. You just use scissors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Priscilla does not own paper scissors or quilting scissors or wire
It's all the same
scissors.
pair.
They're all the same.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I just ruined 2 pair on a set. I'm sure Denise is about ready to kill me. I didn't know that I had to use wire cutters on those others, and I totally ruined these scissors.
But this would look so cute with this bow, and then do like the polka dot fabric covered button on top of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that fabric. I haven't received any sample yardage, so I can't wait to see it. That's going to be their new fabric with Henry Glass that comes out in September, October.
Yes, and we have new colors in the stitching stripes that are really pretty, so we can't wait to get it. I have pieces of it, but I don't have, we don't have the bulbs yet.
Right.
I also last year made a wreath using our ribbons. I bought, I don't know if this was 1 or 2 sunflower picks from Hobby Lobby. Took all the sunflowers off and just made a big bow, and then added little bows in the sunflowers. And a cheap grapevine wreath that was like $5, so it dressed it up.
Did you just hot glue it?
Yep, it's all hot glued. And it was up all last year, and it's up again now, so it's great.
Okay, show them the back so they can see the wreath that it was put on. Okay, perfect.
But the sunflower wreaths are really cheap. Or sunflowers. The grapevine wreaths are really cheap. But to buy a sunflower wreath is like $40 or $50, and it doesn't cost that much to make that.
Okay.
Did we show this one? This is another version of the flat bow. There's 2 different ribbons, 3 ribbons. I used the large ticking stripe for the bottom, the large checks, and then the small checks, and then I added some lemons to the top.
And you just hot glued all that down?
Yep. It's all hot glued on top.
So there's an example of that was a pick, a lemon pick, or what was that?
It looks like it, yes. Looks like they were on something because I have them like crisscrossed in the back.
Apples you've done that you've used to pick, and another one is pumpkins. A lot of the time you use pumpkins that are on picks. Those are in the floral department or in the seasonal department.
Can you show what a floral pick is so people know exactly what they are?
It would be these are pumpkins.
Okay.
I think I can't remember where these came from. It might have been Walmart. So I get picks from Walmart. I get them from Michael's. I get them from Hobby Lobby.
So that's the floral section, right, where they're in the buckets and you just pull them out?
Yes, or most of the time in the seasonal departments. This is one of those sunflower picks that I pulled so you just pull them off like that. And you can take this back part off to make it flatter.
Oh my gosh.
And that's how they got glued onto the sunflower wreath. And if you need a flat a flat finish, then you just cut this off and stick it.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
She's yanking hers off right now.
Oh my gosh! Oh my.
I'm sad I'm missing this. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
I'm not that strong. Oh, that was easy. I would have never even thought you could just pull that off. And then I guess if you wanted this off, you could just do that. Put your button there.
And then you could put your covered button there. Or...
Oh, I didn't know all
Yes.
that. Oh, that's so cute.
But if you're gonna pull off the top part, you have to glue the layers together. There's like 3 layers of petals that you have to glue together. Chelsea's coming over on the side and we'll show you some more examples. Yes. This is, I gotta get a drink of water. Sorry.
Where's Presley?
She's at Chelsea's feet sleeping.
Oh, because usually she's walking around.
Yeah.
This is the Bumblebee Inn. I'm not used to talking this much or something, but I did a bunch of bows on the top and then I added the embellishments to it.
So when would you use E6000 versus hot glue? Like, is it
Anything metal.
metal would be
Yes.
6000?
Yes. So, like, we've used a galvanized metal bucket for our Bucket Brigade series, and that typically you need to put on E6000.
I just use hot glue and then
Re-glue it. But if you want your finish to stay, you're not bringing out your hot glue gun all the time like Mom is, then you would use E6000. Also, if you're doing heavier embellishments, I would say, like those lemons, I would probably use E6000.
oh, that works fine with the hot glue.
Would you ever use Gorilla Glue? Or that's something that's totally different? I had to use Gorilla Glue yesterday because I broke my sewing machine. And so Jordan tried to fix it with Gorilla Glue. So we're going to see if it worked today.
You glued it back together with Gorilla Glue?
Yeah, it was the top. I packed my car and then I dropped the little thing that holds the spool popped off. So he fixed it.
Oh. Well, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, we're going to see.
We've never used it on finishing.
Okay.
A lot of people use the Eileen.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Again, with those, they take a long time to dry. So if you,
Yes.
I mean, when you're doing multiple layers, it's going to be a pain. It'll be sliding all around until it actually sets.
Yes.
So if you have the time, you can use those. But again, hot glue works just fine and dries much quicker.
They need to make a battery-powered hot glue gun for Priscilla to just carry around her house.
Ryobi makes one, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do?
It's like a drill. Yeah, it's like a drill.
Does she own it?
Battery that you use with it. No.
No.
The ones
It
we
might
use.
not get hot enough. I want my glue to be really hot. So
Yeah, what do they call it? Sure bonder?
yeah.
Sure bonder, and they get super, super hot.
Those are also linked in our Amazon shop. It's a really good glue gun. I use those all the time.
I'm going to show the welcome.
Sure. This is one of those double bows that I stacked one on top of the other. And I just left the wire long on it and wrapped it around here because I didn't want to have to glue the magnet washer. So it's just wired on there to switch out when you do the next season.
And then all those little pieces that are in the inside, are those just stuffed in or glued in? Okay. Oh, you're frozen. So hold on. Hold on. You're frozen. So they can't hear you. Okay, I'll tell you when you're unfrozen. Okay, you're still black on mine. Okay, there we go.
I also used the ribbon I made loops to attach plus I did the magnets and washers, but I used ribbon or Housewives ribbon to attach this to the basket so that because I have it in a really high traffic area where I didn't want it to get knocked off.
So you just tied it down, kind of?
Yep. made little loops and tied it down on the back of the project to the top because you can loop it through the basket. I also saw one of the questions about a cleaner finish, and I would think that this is probably the cleanest finish we have, except for the fabric behind it. There's no embellishments, and this is our home, is where the wreath is, and our wreath swaps that go on it.
Wreath swap 1, 2, and wreath swap celebrations.
And the other, show some other ways you use your ribbon that's not a bow.
Okay. This one, it's put underneath.
Okay.
And then there's a bow on top of it. This is our Let's Go Ride a Bike, and this is Sunflower Fields. This is our apple, what is it?
Apple picking.
So this is just our crate from Michael's. And then it's filled with apples. And then I just did a bow, and then that just gets stuffed in here. So it's more, it's not like attached to the box or anything. So you can use the bow or you can not use the bow. Chelsea's running to get something else. She's throwing tomatoes. She's bringing yard sauce.
Okay.
So yard sauce, I also added the ribbon to the basket to hold it on, and then added bows over the top.
Chelsea, did she used to put bows in your hair?
Yes.
Did she make you wear
I was
bows?
a girly girl. Yeah.
I did not make them. I would buy them. She had those big bows.
Mom did craft shows back then, so that was all the rage at the booths. You got to pick out all the bows and the headbands. Headbands were big then with the big bows on them.
Oh my gosh, I could never get Emma to wear any of that. Drove me crazy.
Really?
No.
I love the big bows. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. But you can move it.
So how long does that take to dry down, do you think?
30 seconds, maybe. It's great. Hot glue is the greatest thing. We have this one. It's just got the simple bow on it, and it looks really cute. That's Hello Honey. This one I used some of the Lori Holt vintage trim, and then the covered button with our fabric and our fabrics on there. That's Honeybees and Flowers, Please. And that's all the samples that we brought. So if anybody has any questions, we'd love to answer them for you.
Yeah, so we have a lot of questions. The one question I wanted to start with is, first of all, you have lots of videos on your channel showing lots of these full finishings with the sticky board.
Yes.
But the finishing pieces, like the wood pieces, you know, sometimes you get them from Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and then you also get them other places. Can you kind of give ideas? Because the one thing that Priscilla and Chelsea don't do is they buy their finishing from lots of places.
Mm-hmm. So this house board is from Stitch Etc. They're a mom and daughter run business. This paddle is also from them.
Yep, so they are on Facebook, and they also have a shop in Farmington, Missouri. We also have gotten stuff. This is from Paisleys and PolkaDots.com. So she has done a lot of our finishes for our roundabouts and Dapper Doodads recently.
So these two pieces are done on the same finishing board. Our home and our honeybee. And these are from Hobby Lobby, and they're very inexpensive.
They're in the unfinished wood section. So you can always look in the unfinished wood area to find different things. And I've seen Walmart has those now too. They have an unfinished wood section.
This is also from Hobby Lobby.
And those beads
This
right there,
apple crepe
that
is
came
from
with
Michael's.
the piece, right? The beads on that one came
Yeah,
with the
The
piece.
beads were on this
The
one.
beads were on it, but they were swooped differently.
Yes.
She cut them and changed it.
Okay.
This one is from Paces and Polka Dots. And this is a more simple finish. There's no ribbon. It's just fabric. And then there's some
Felt.
little wood embellishments that they sell.
We've also gotten things from 141 Design Company.
And the painting. Everyone wants to know, do you spray paint? Do you brush the paint on? I mean, I already know the answer, but...
Yeah, so we don't paint them. If they're sending them to us, we have them paint, because we want their products to be shown in the best light possible, obviously.
But they are not hard to paint.
No.
There are really good instructions, and these make the cutest things. When I had these all set up for Christmas, it's so adorable. So
Not these. These were from last month.
No, I'm talking about in Christmas in July.
Yeah.
I had them sitting out, like it was Christmas because I had to take pictures.
They give the paint colors that you need. They're just like the acrylic craft colors, and they give instructions on how to make them. Like if it's a snow look, like on his boots.
Yeah, so that's...
they give instructions.
Yeah, it's good so you don't have to figure out the paint color.
That would be my hardest thing, is figuring out the paint color.
This is from Scarlet Sky Designs. They do wood products also. It's a little paddle with a bee on it. And then we used a ton of these blocks from Michael's, but you can't get them anymore. But Stitch Etc. does sell plain ones that don't have the checked. Yes, that's one of the plain ones. So these blocks are great because they stand up like in your tiered trays or whatever, and you don't have to worry about where to display them or how to display them, I should say.
When you're cutting your sticky board, what do you use to cut it?
A guillotine trimmer. What do you know the brand that I use now?
It's in there. I know it's in their Amazon shop.
Yeah. I used to use which one did I use?
Tonic.
But then this one is like stronger, so I use that.
I would say if you are determined to be finishing your own things, this is an investment. So there are inexpensive ones, but you're not going to get longevity out of it. You might not get straight cuts because the blade isn't sharp enough. So if it is something that you plan on doing, really wanting to do, I would invest in a good paper trimmer.
Now Kimberly does a rotary cutter and a ruler, or Denise, whoever's finishing.
Yeah,
but
I do.
I cannot do that. I can't. I don't know. I can't move that way.
How often do you give your cross stitch pieces to family and friends?
Never.
Me either.
They don't appreciate it as much as you do, and so
yeah. And then the wreath you showed, you could get that at Walmart or anywhere, right? The
grapevine wreath?
Yeah.
Yeah. Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, they all have them.
They have different sizes, different shapes, so you could just figure out what works best for your door or wherever you're hanging.
If you're on a really big budget, go to the Goodwill, buy one that's got stuff on it, rip the stuff off, and just add your stuff to it.
Michelle wants y'all to do a live shopping trip.
Okay.
That would be hilarious. We kind of did that, but it wasn't live.
Yes.
I bet if you tried that, they might kick you out of the store. I bet they wouldn't let you. I bet stores wouldn't let you do it.
Nah, we could do it. They wouldn't.
Y'all just do it anyway.
Right. Mom would just do it anyway.
Yeah. When you're picking the button size, do you just pick it by project, or do you just randomly go in the store and buy different packs? How do y'all do that?
So I have the bigger quantities of them from Amazon.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll make the bow, and then I see what size I want to put on there by just holding the silver part over where I'm putting it. And then I just make it.
But I would say if you're using those bigger ribbons, you wouldn't want to use one of it would look lost in that tiny.
So you can also take your ribbon and make a covered button with it.
Yes.
The wider stuff. You could cut off a square of this, stick it in there, and make a covered button with your ribbon.
Why don't you show them how?
What were you saying?
I was saying if you're making a bow with the big ribbon, you wouldn't want to use the smaller ones because it would get lost. Like that size.
But if you're doing it like this, This is a big piece, but these are all small covered buttons.
Yes. I meant a big.
And there's 1, 2, 3,
wire
4, 5, 6. There's 7 different covered buttons on this.
Okay, show us how to make a ribbon. One of the smaller ones, or
Yeah.
you can use
give me a smaller one.
So she's going to use the 3/4 inch.
I'm trying it too, but I can't get it to work. Denise is coming to help me. Ow.
Denise to the rescue.
What I did was I just trimmed off the wire.
Oh, okay. You have to take the wire. That's probably what I didn't do. It's just harder because it's thicker.
Yes, it's a little bit harder to get in there because it's thicker.
Oh, and then you have to trim it. Okay, that's what I was forgetting. You have to
jam it in there.
I was trying to just jam the whole thing with the wire in there. And then you just have to really be strong to do it.
You ruined another pair of scissors. That's what you're doing.
Denise is over here doing the scissors like you. I can't even believe it. It's kind of like we've already ruined the scissors. Let's just ruin them some more. Oh,
it's harder to get out. That's for sure.
So cute. And you can get the covered buttons. You can get them at Fat Quarter Shop. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, Joann's. There's a lot of different brands, and I don't think the brand matters. I think it just matters the size. Yes.
Oh. Well,
I'll mail you some. Don't worry.
And buy them. What'd you say?
I'll mail you some.
Okay.
Denise.
I wanted to show you something. Sometimes you'll end up with a little bit of, like maybe you trimmed it too close in one part. You can always take your hot glue gun and just glue an edge under if it's not perfect for you. And do the same thing with smushing down the shank on it. Any other questions?
Yes. Okay, we still have a lot. I hate burning.
Great.
Oh, this is a good one for Priscilla. I hate burning my fingers. How do you keep from doing that? She just burns them like crazy.
She has calluses made up. But a lot of people, when we go to retreats, they have that same issue. There's those little finger middies that people really like to use. You can also use your end of your scissors. I mean, her scissors are all glued. You can see that because she holds it down if it's like a tight spot with the pointy end of her scissors and just peels it off once it dries.
Okay,
having a cup of water.
This is what you're talking about, right, Chelsea?
Yep.
What is this called?
They're silicone little finger gloves.
And then you would just put this on when you tap the glue so you don't burn yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
I don't use those.
Right. Her hands are just calloused. So
when she came to video and
when I went.
Yeah, when she came, she was freaking me out because she was just touching the glue. I was like, oh my gosh.
No, when I did my TSA pre-check, I was afraid that I wouldn't have fingerprints.
Do you ever have to, oh, this is a good one too. Do you ever have to dust or clean dust off your display pieces? How do you do it? I would use the air, what do you call that thing?
Air compress.
Yeah.
Compressed air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, her pieces don't stay out as long. They're seasonal pieces.
Yeah, there's nothing that, except for like the home letters, but you can just take like a microfiber cloth or those dusters, those microfiber dusters, and dust it. It's not like they get yicky.
Yeah, we use a lint roller on our actual stitching for like dog hair, cat hair, and things like that. But for the actual piece, a microfiber cloth wouldn't be terrible. But yeah, you could just blow it off with one of those compressed air cans that you use for computer keyboards.
How do you store all of your pieces? I think it'd be great one day if y'all showed one of those huge containers you put in your basement.
Okay.
All of our stitching that is ours is upstairs now in a spare bedroom because we have to take it to markets and we take it to retreats if it's close enough, and so we keep it up there, and then I just dig through it to get out all the seasonal things.
Yes, but they are in bins seasonally, so they could apply those same methods. So it's seasonal by piece. Typically you put your stitching to stitching. You wouldn't want your embellishments touching your stitching. So stitching to stitching. With the interchangeable pieces, a lot of them are flat finishes, so you're able to put them like in a drawer if you wanted to. But yes, by season, so that when you're ready to decorate for that season, you just pull out that bin and you're ready to go.
Okay, I want to.
If you don't have a lot of.
Yeah, I want to show something that Denise has been doing with my stuff. It's really cool. Okay. Let's see. She bought. Where did you get these, Denise? Amazon. Okay, we'll link them in our Amazon store, but they're like these bags, and some have bubble and some are just soft, and then that way when she sends it home, we just like tape it, and then my stuff, I don't have to worry so much about it. They're like for, she says nice. They're for moving, like plates and stuff. So but this is good because then she doesn't have to like, she doesn't have to buy like bubble wrap and cut it off. She just kind of throws my pieces in and then just like folds it down.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, she has one over here. And it's the exact size. How is that? And then
perfect.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. Have you ever taken those like beads that you use and stain them?
No.
Oh, but we've never bought plain wood beads. But I mean,
no, I have some plain wood ones, but I would probably just use them natural. I don't know, but you probably could stain them.
Yeah.
Someone asked, like at the very beginning, where did you get the checkered star? And I don't remember which piece that was, so I would have no idea. Oh, okay, hold on, you're frozen. Hold on, you're frozen. So I'll answer it again. There we go. Okay, so tell us where you got the checkered star again. Okay. Okay, now she said say it again. So
they
she
are
got
from
that.
Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
And they come in red and blue in one bag. 2 different sizes.
Dee would like to know, how do you feel your embellishments are enough to not overdo it or have it too plain? Like, how do you know how to do it? I think it's just experience, but...
I just get it to where I like it, and then I'm done. So...
you want the stitching to stand out more than the embellishments, because that's what you took your time to do, and that's what you are trying to...
But I think, like, in the case of these smaller pieces, you want them to be really cute to go on your tree or whatever, and these have a little bit more than probably a bigger piece would have.
Priscilla has been transformative to cross stitch with the way she finishes her pieces. It used to just be that you just put your project in a frame. That is so true, Michelle.
Thank you.
You either put it in a frame, or you put it under a basket under your bed, or it hung it in your closet.
Or you made a little pillow.
Oh, yeah. This is a great comment from Stitching with the Sisterlies. No Kohana scissors for Priscilla. Those, oh my gosh, I got a pair. They're so awesome. But that company is so hard to get scissors from. We place orders, and we never know if it's ever going to show up. So,
no.
These are my scissors.
I know. I about died. I had to like on the trip, she forgot her scissors. I was like, good, she can have a decent pair.
No.
Yeah, I like my cheap scissors.
But how do you get under stitches when you have to cut out?
No, I use those little tiny ones for that. But this I can use for anything. This will cut fabric and everything.
Oh,
it'll cut ribbon.
It won't.
Donna says that Dollar Tree has those stars also.
Oh, nice.
If you did the roundabout ornaments not using the beaded garland, would you just put rickrack trim before the front and back layers, or would you add fabric between that stuck out a little bit?
I would definitely add fabric, because it's just another way to embellish it. I mean, you don't have to add a lot, but it just makes it look so much prettier.
For the roundabouts, you're saying?
Yeah, like this. You would just take that whole part and just make another aqua.
Okay,
to go behind it, and then have that. And you could stick your rickrack around the fabrics instead of around the piece.
The trim, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's asking if we have the thimbles at Fat Quarter Shop, and we do.
Oh, the ones where you don't
The
burn yourself?
silicone, yes.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Someone's saying the foam pouches on Amazon. Have you, okay, this is a good question. Have you, and I already kind of know the answer, but like, they want to see how you would do like a pillow, like with a sewing machine and stuff. Do you ever do that?
I did with Chelsea's,
My ring pillow.
Oh, that's right. I remember she wouldn't let me see it up close. She said, don't look, don't look, don't look.
At like 1 a.m. the
Yes.
morning before my wedding, yes.
I ended up sewing on the ruffle by hand because I was having so much trouble with my machine, and yeah, I'm not an expert sewer like you, Kimberly. You would have had it perfect.
Well, yeah, I could sew anything, but I don't know about these ribbons. It's kind of like,
trade-off.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to show your fabric, and then you talk about your fabric. So we've got, this is the Stitching with the Housewives stripes. So these are all the existing colors, and then talk about your new colors that are coming.
Well, the one that sticks out to me the most is we're getting the mustard in 2 different ways in stitching with stripes. One is with, it's the background is the mustard with the white stripes, and then we have the mustard with the black stripes.
Mm-hmm. Which would be great for fall, great for sunflowers, great for.
I can't remember. I wish I would have known. I would have brought it up here. I can't remember all the other colors that we have. Do you?
No.
Aqua, probably, right? Aqua we have, because that was new. And then we have the polka dots. We have a bunch of different colors in the polka dots. We have like the whites with the dots. We have the colors with dots. They're really cute.
And then these are the Priscilla's checks, Priscilla's plaids, and these are the Chelsea's checks. So Chelsea's are smaller and Priscilla's are bigger. And these were your original colors, and then this is all the colors.
Yes. I can't see it, but yes.
And then we have the Stitching with the Housewives bags.
Yes.
And I've seen these a lot on social media, the new enamel charm.
Yes.
We love those. We love adding them to all of our zipper pulls and
yes. On my scissors, my little tiny scissors have one.
Please
so they're easier to find.
Please don't put those on your cheap scissors.
They're not on my kids.
She has to dress them up somehow.
I mean, how are you going to get that on those big old handles?
No,
and then I've been
have
using this
these.
like
I have
crazy, this
the...
little catch-all.
Yes. Mine is
and then,
sitting next to where I stitch.
Oh my gosh, y'all,
full.
last night I was stitching the monthly weigh-in, and I was paying attention to Cash on y'all's video, and I sewed like a third of that whole weigh thing wrong, and I blamed it on Cash. I was like, oh my gosh, because I was looking at him when he was doing it. He was like kicking and stuff. I had to pull all that out. I was so mad.
I'll tell him.
He was so cute with his little peace sign.
Oh, so cute.
Hey, call me when they're 16. That's when I want to know how they're doing.
No.
Oh my gosh, 16's the worst year of my life. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I already told Priscilla. I'm like, oh my god, if I can just get through, if I can just get through 16, we'll live.
Just wait.
So, okay. Do you use the same size washers when attaching the ribbons, or do you use smaller ones with smaller magnets? So I guess, do you make the washers and the magnets the same size?
Right. I usually use the same size magnet, but I try to use a smaller washer. If I don't have a smaller one, then I make the bigger one do. But, I try to do a smaller one.
This question I don't understand, so I might be reading it wrong, but what do you do with the glass bulbs? I don't know what glass bulbs.
Glass bulbs.
A new verb, Priscillify, to accessorize a project to make it pop. Oh, we should do a Notion and call it Priscillify.
Yep. Love it.
Okay. Have you always done flat finishes on your ornaments? Like when did you start doing ornaments? I know originally y'all had done the schoolhouse. What is it called?
Prairie Schooler.
Prairie Schoolers.
Yes, those were all flat.
And when did you start those?
Oh, geez. I can't even remember now. But I did do a couple ornaments where I sewed them. But to me, you see so much more of the ornament if it's flat rather than if it's stuffed. Do you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
you get like a better view of the stitching.
Yeah. Nora says, I hate to tell you, Kimberly, but 17 and 18 are not fun either. Let me tell you, I'm about to have a heart attack. Lori says, I'm fairly new to cross stitching, but surprised after all the time to cross stitch your project. Pay a good price for the pattern, then glue it on dollar store stuff. Hey, you got to keep it in a budget. Okay, stitching.
Yeah, that is how Mom started. Is she would actually go to like flea markets and Goodwill and find vintagey looking things, and now we've morphed that into using things that everybody can get because
we know that you want to finish your things like we show them. So we have gone away from our one-timer type of a deal to mass produce things where you can all get the same thing and do it. But there's nothing wrong with those Dollar Tree beads or whatever, because it makes a really cute ornament, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't see a difference between that and getting a piece frame for $200 or whatever. Before I started this, I wouldn't have been able to do very many projects then because I wouldn't have had the money for it.
Well, also you stitch on black Monaco, which is super inexpensive, and then you save. One thing I learned when I was on the cruise with you is she saves, like, if there's an inch of thread, she saves every little piece. So, like, she does do it on a budget in terms of stitching on cheaper cloth, using every inch of her thread. Like, I had thread, Chelsea, in between us, and she's like, what are you doing with that? I was like, throwing it away. She's like, let me have it. Okay, the magnets you get from Menards, right?
No, these that I use are from Hobby Lobby. They're in a package. I think the backing of the package is green, but you get a whole bunch of them.
Where? In Hobby Lobby.
In the magnet section.
There's a what's it by?
There is no magnet section.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yep.
Just go.
It's in an aisle.
Okay.
When we do our live shopping, we'll bring you along.
Hey, I'll come down there with Jordan and he can follow you around the store.
Okay. All right. That's a date.
Would you ever consider doing religious designs for Christmas?
Yes, we have definitely thought about that.
Yes.
Dee would like charts for mason jar lid cover thing for the kitchen, bath, craft room. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's all
wink, wink.
all in there.
Wink, wink.
I love the zipper pull. Will there be a magnet eventually? Sure, if you want one.
Yeah.
Kimberly needs to make a quilt with the fabrics. Oh, we did. What's the name of the pattern?
Yes.
We have a pattern.
Farmhouse plaid.
Farmhouse plaid. Yeah.
Go grab it. So that was in my time hop
you
yesterday. And it was 3 years ago that it was in my time hop. And if there's any cat hair on it, I'm sorry.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
It's a lot.
Stitching with the Sister Lee says I can't trip because I trip everywhere. That's so funny. Oh, yeah, there's the quilt.
This is
the table runner. But it goes on the back of my chair. I have the quilt on one chair and my black plaid chairs in the living room, and then this is the quilt. And I'm always having to lint roll it because the cat likes to, Harlow with his long hair. It's just, ugh. But I love these. You guys should all make them.
Yeah, and that one's pretty easy.
All you good quilters.
I made it for Priscilla, or one of us made it for Priscilla.
Yes.
I thought she was going to do it, but she was like, yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not this talented.
She's not a model quilter.
What size boards do you buy at Hobby Lobby? So when you buy the sticky boards from Fat Quarter Shop, you usually buy the big size, right?
No, I do not buy the big size unless I have to have the big size for something. I buy mostly 5x7s, 8x10s, and 9x 11 or 9x12? And then 11 by 14?
I think all the sizes except for the big one, unless she needs it for a long piece. She also buys a ton of those rounds for the roundabouts.
Yes.
Mimi says she wants you to do your live from Hobby Lobby before the end of September because she's going cross-border shopping and Hobby Lobby is first on her list. The funniest story ever is us sitting outside Hobby Lobby, sitting in the car, listening to the Murdaugh Sentencing.
Yes.
And there's a tornado. And me and Priscilla are just sitting there and Chelsea's like, we're going to die. We're going to die. And we're like, no, we're not going to die. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we got to listen to the sentencing.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Where did you get the
Yeah, they had to evacuate or something at the hotel.
Right.
We were just kind of do.
Yeah. Chelsea was trying to talk some sense into me and Priscilla, and we were not listening.
No.
Where did you get the sunflower-shaped board on today's piece, the new pattern you released today?
So this is from Hobby Lobby. It's in the fall section. There, 2 of them come in a pack, and it was $5.99, and I think they were on sale too, right? 40% off. So $6. So it would be $3.60. So this would be $1.80.
With those, she puts a little batting underneath to make it more puffy as well.
Yes, there's 2 layers of batting on top of the sticky board circles, and then I cut another circle to go underneath it, and that's it. And it's got a rope.
When would you?
Oh, and there was
go ahead.
There was a raffia bow up here that I ripped off.
When do you use batting versus when do you not use batting on your finishing?
So most of the ornaments get batting, especially the roundabouts, because I feel like it helps
with her circle cutting abilities.
Well, not only that, that would be the bottom circle, but I think it helps to puff it up so that you see more of the design better. And then a lot of my, like the honeybee garden, this one has batting. The home is where the wreath is. I did not use batting. I don't know. It just is like, is this going to be batting or is it not going to be batting? Kind of a deal. This has batting. Welcome home, fall.
And you just use scraps of the quilting batting that.
Yes. I have this it's really thick quilting batting that I've been using that I really love. So I need to figure out what it was and get more of it from you.
Do you only use the press-on sticky board or do you use a different brand?
Only the stuff with the red. Your stuff is what we use. Yes.
I used to use Hobby Lobby before you started carrying it, but Hobby Lobby's is thinner, so I like yours better.
And it's harder to peel the sticky off of it.
The Hobby Lobby stuff?
Yes. Okay. This stuff is thicker. It's better quality in my opinion, and you carry all the sizes we need.
Yeah, it was an amazing day when you started carrying it because Hobby Lobby we'd go there to get it and they would be out. And we couldn't get any. Well, then we'd have to go to another Hobby Lobby.
You probably bought it all. When you're doing batting, do you use one layer or two, and then what type of batting do you use?
See, that's what I don't know what it is.
I do.
It was fat stuff for a quilt.
So you use the 80-20 because you buy the squares of the 10-inch size.
No, but lately I've been using some regular quilt batting that was on a roll. And it's thicker, and then on all my roundabouts, I'm using 2 layers of it, so it's really puffy.
Okay.
We've had, sometimes when we go to retreats, we have problems because people use their own fabric, and when I design like edge to edge, and sometimes their pieces are a little bit bigger than the boards, so we end up having to bring batting so that they can put batting on top of it, and then that helps for the piece to fit around that. So that's another hint for you. If your fabric is too big for your board, if you put batting, like 2 layers, sometimes even 3 they did at our last retreat, and it looks so cute. So that was a good thing.
So can we talk more about the circles, the sticky circles, talk about the mounting boards we sell, but also people want to know, like, which ones do you use, which size, and then if you don't have them, how do you cut your circles if you're at home and don't have those? Do you use scissors?
Yes, I use scissors. We bought 2 or 3 different circle cutters from Amazon, and they did not work well. So
one of them cut my counter. So.
What is your counter made of?
I don't know. It like etched it. Anyways, yes, she finds something to trace, like a bowl, a jar lid, or a bowl, or whatever.
You know those tart pans, the ones that we used for our month to month.
Yeah.
I use the back of that to do these circles.
And the sticky circles you use are the 3.5 inch. That's what you put your piece on.
Yes.
And then you cut the one that's behind it.
I'll take that tart pan circle from our month to month. I think it's a 5-inch tart pan. And there's a back piece that comes out of it. I lay it down on sticky board, I trace around it, and then I cut. And hopefully my cutting is straight and it's not bad.
And you only use batting on your stitching pieces, but not the piece that has just the fabric, right?
Yes, only on the stitching.
Okay, they want to know, Paula wants to know from Priscilla and Chelsea, you said more strippers were coming, but will that be this year?
Yes, definitely this year.
Okay, any like
I think next month.
Any hints of what's up to come with your designs?
Lots of cute stuff. Lots of cute stuff. The monthly weigh-in is really cute. There's a new adorable.
Okay, different description. Really, what could you give them as hints?
Halloween, Christmas, all of it.
Can you cut sticky boards with the Cricut machine? I don't know about that.
People have talked about using.
I think you can, because you can actually cut chipboard with it, which is wood, thin wood. So I would think you could.
Yeah, I would just make sure you're cleaning your
blade.
And then Alicia's asking, can we get 4-inch sticky circles at Backwater Shop to layer with? Yes. So basically, Priscilla and Chelsea just need to email me the size they want, and we'll make them.
Okay.
This is funny. I Like Big Buttons is a good website to get large lots of covered button parts. I've never heard of that.
Ooh.
I like big buttons and I cannot type. Sorry. Do you want to talk about any upcoming retreats you have?
We are going in October. We are going to North Carolina to, I just lost my hearing. Sorry if that was loud.
There you go.
So we are going to Asheville, North Carolina in October, and then so far next year we only have one, and that's in Michigan. But the one in Michigan, there's no info for it yet, but the one in Asheville, North Carolina is full, so. I don't have any sound.
Okay, the kit for the farmhouse design is sold out, but we still have the pattern.
Perfect.
Tell everybody how to find you when you post your videos, all your hashtags, Instagram, social media things.
Okay, so we are on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine. You need to come over here at Chelsea356. Priscilla's 2000 on Facebook and Priscilla's 2000.blogspot.com. We do a video every Saturday morning showing you all that we can show you. We had a video last night in our garden doing garden question and answer. If you like gardening, we do home tours like fall, Christmas, spring. What else do we do?
Did you say your blog already?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We also have a bunch of tutorials listed on a playlist on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's The Real Houses of Cross Stitch or Priscilla's 2000 on YouTube, where you can see the ornament tutorials, and there's a bunch on there that you can watch to get kind of the gist of how to finish your projects and then use what you learned today to add embellishments to your projects.
And also all of our merch that we're wearing and our Yetis and everything else is available at Fat Quarter Shop, and we appreciate them. Our fabrics are done by Henry Glass, and of course Fat Quarter Shop sells them.
They sell covered buttons, so you can get those there.
Sorry, Kimberly.
That's okay.
we're
Awesome. Well,
thank
you so much for joining. And if you guys like videos like this, we can have them come back and do more. And I'm so excited. I made a bow.
Yay!
You made a few. You did.
Yeah,
so
I
good.
did. I was so excited. So make sure
Thank you for having us. We love doing this.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel, which is Stitching with the Housewives. And I will see you guys next week, and we will see them on Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.